Hi guys, just a quick one as this came up in a reading that I was doing for somebody yesterday evening. The subject of Lemuria and Atlantis came up because I felt very strongly that she had had a significant past life in Lemuria. It's likely that she and I had met there before. As I said yesterday, a lot of the people who work with me tend to have met me in past lives, different timelines, dimensions, planets, etc., etc. I've definitely known her before, and she didn't know much about Lemuria or Atlantis. So I'll give you my perspective, and it is just my perspective because this is what I've experienced during my own past lives in both timelines. So Lemuria predates Atlantis. Obviously, most people know about Atlantis. I have been a Lemurian and I have been an Atlantean. Lemuria, as I've been given and experienced it, is a very high dimensional place. It still exists, so does Atlantis. It's just that we don't have it in our 3D timeline because they don't exist on this frequency or vibration. So Lemuria is very much 5D. Most of the people there communicated telepathically. Very gentle beings. I always get lots of blue, but that's kind of similar for Atlantis as well. Lemuria had lots of crystalline cities, so lots of iridescent, I don't want to say buildings because I don't think that does them justice, but almost like huge cathedrals, if you like, that are iridescent and made of like crystals. Yeah, so think of clear quartz, celestine or celestite as some people call it. So very high vibrational, very much attuned to the angelic realm as well, hence the celestine, and which is also blue, go figure. And I did have a past life there when I was behaving myself. Here we go again. So I existed in that timeline, and I also experienced Atlantis, but I was what was probably known as one of the disruptors when I was in Atlantis. And to me, that whole race and that dimension and that frequency comes across as a complete disruptor because the Atlantean people disrupted Lemuria. So the simplest way that I explain it is the Atlanteans were kind of more focused on technology, like super high, ridiculous technology. And sorry, there's a message coming through and I don't know who it's for. So I'm just going to ask them to move away for now because I don't know where I am now. So yes, they were the Atlanteans very focused on technology. The way that I have experienced it and the way that I've been given it is that they were and are still 4-dimensional beings. So they're kind of the light and the dark together. Again, lots of spiritual gifts, lots of skills. They would probably look somewhat alien to us if we saw them. Same for Lemurians. But what happened in my past life there and my timeline there was that I was part of the people who wanted to disrupt Lemuria and introduce more technology. I kind of think of it in a way of like a 3D sense, even though they weren't 3D, which I know sounds a bit confusing. But it's not necessarily that they were dark, but they wanted to take over Lemuria, which is effectively what they did. So lots of people have past life trauma from Atlantis and they haven't discovered it yet. I definitely did. And I actually had a lot of guilt and shame around that because obviously I'd experienced Lemuria. It was this oasis. It was fabulous. It was wonderful. And then I was also part of the disruptor team from Atlantis. Fucking shut up, basically. And that's what we did. And we took over. We used our power and our skills and our technology to disrupt Lemuria. Yeah, and that still kind of makes me sad today, I guess. There's no guessing about it. It really does. So that's probably some extra healing that I need to do around Atlantis and being an Atlantean. Whew. Yeah, I feel that. And if anybody's listening to this and feels the same way, it's normal. Don't worry. And if you want to chat about it, as always, just drop me a message. But yeah, that's my experience in Lemuria and Atlantis. I mean, obviously lots more things happened in those places, both good and bad. But I'm guessing you'll understand the theme as I'm talking more and more about my past lives. I have been in the dark a lot, but there are multiple reasons for that, which will unfold as I tell all of these stories. And as I said, if you want to book a past life session for yourself, if any of these places really interest you or you have a pull, you have a physical reaction to Lemuria and Atlantis, then you can book a past life session with me directly and we will see what we discover. It's absolutely fascinating. It's taken me a number of years to identify my most prominent past lives. And as I've said before, you don't need to identify all of them because we've had hundreds, if not thousands. I mean, it would be a lifetime's work and then some to even understand all of them. But usually the ones that fuck you up the most or need to be healed the most are presented to us in this 3D lifetime. So yeah, big stuff, and it's still big for me to talk about. And I identified those two past lives about 5 years ago. So, you know, the spiral of healing is ongoing for me for sure. So what I need to do is drop the guilt, drop the shame, and just learn from my past life experiences, which is what we're here to do. Yeah, so that's my overshare for the day. I hope everybody's okay. I might jump back on later. I'm not sure about doing a card reading. I thought I was going to, but now I'm not. Thanks, universe. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for listening. And like I said, any questions, any fears, if you just want to chat, message me. It's all good. All right. Love you loads. Speak to you later. Bye.